Well, the hype surrounding the race and the money being paid to the main men may have offended some of the purists of the sport, but there's no doubt that this is the confrontation that the public really wants to see. Millions of fans all around the world will be tuning in to this intriguing clash between two of the fastest human beings on earth. Both of them at the very top of their profession. Linford Christie, 33 now, Olympic champion, European champion, and without any doubt at all, the #1 man in the world outside of the United States. Rather like professional boxers, these guys like to distance themselves from their biggest rivals, but I wonder if Linford and Carl really are quite friendly.
When I see Carl, I say hi, hello. I mean, I'm the first to admit, I don't have any friends in sprinting because I want to go out there and beat them. Simple as that. When we're on the track, we ain't friends. Off the track, I'm a happy-go-lucky guy. I smile and, joke around with everyone. But, I'm out there to do business, and I got something that everybody wants, or they got something I want. And so I'm going to go out there and get it, and you ain't going to get it by being friendly.
And across the track from him, immaculately attired as ever, the great Carl Lewis. Quite simply, the best there's ever been. 16 gold medals in all events in World and Olympic Games, a quite staggering record. Well, like Linford, Carl Lewis likes to psych out his rivals by ensuring he's not too friendly with them. I wonder if he makes an exception for Christie.
We understand this is business. I mean, you can be friendly, and we are very friendly, and just like Leroy or my teammates, we're very friendly off the track. But on the track, it's just like going to work. I'm a company, he's a company. And the objective is for my company to outperform his company. It's no different from the oil business or anything else when it comes down to it. So we treat it that way, but at the same time, away from it and off of it, we have a good relationship.
£100,000 for each athlete, and the race will be over in around 10 seconds. Not bad work if you can get it. Let's not forget there are 6 others, bit part players perhaps in this particular drama, but great athletes themselves in their own right. Darren Braithwaite of Haringey, Dean Capobianco from Australia, John Drummond from the United States, Christie in 4, Lewis in 5. Calvin Smith, 32 now, former world record holder and twice world champion over 200 metres, is another with a great pedigree in this field in lane 6. Mark Witherspoon, former American champion in 7, and yet another American, Sam Jefferson, silver medalist in the World Student Games, completes the lineup. Linford Christie likes this track. Hasn't lost 100 metres here at Gateshead since August 1985. But remember, historically, Lewis is the man who usually triumphs when these two meet. Lewis, the world champion. Christie, the Olympic champion. You can feel the tension all around the stadium here as the most talked about race of the year is now just seconds away. The men's 100 metres with Linford Christie of Great Britain in lane 4 and Carl Lewis of the United States of America next to him in lane 5. The start all important. Neither of them renowned as great starters, but both have amongst the most powerful pickups of any sprinter in the history of the event. This race could be decided over the final 30 metres. Well, almost inevitably, and to the great, huge vocal disappointment of the crowd, there's been a false start.
Let's just watch that again. I thought that Lewis's blocks moved a little bit there, setting people off. He did move slightly. It'd be interesting to see if they give a false start there to either, who is that there? That's Smith, I think, and Drummond in the white. So although they're not the most important players, it doesn't help any of those athletes to have a false start to their tally.
Christie's worked on his start a lot in the last couple of years, particularly this year with his great friend Colin Jackson, and he's certainly improved in that area of his game. But Carl Lewis has surged through to win big medals in so many championships. You cannot write him off until the tape has been breasted. The men's 100 metres then. The confrontation between Christie, lane 4, and Lewis, lane 5.
Set.
Away this time, and Christie made the best start. Christie leading at the moment, Drummond going very well too from the United States. Here comes Linford Christie, Lewis some way behind, and Christie, for the moment anyway, is number 1. 10:09 the time, and Linford Christie has won the first stage of the biggest argument in sprinting. He hasn't got the World Championship gold medal round his neck just yet, but my word, the scenes of celebration here in Gateshead tonight couldn't surely be matched by anything he would do in Stuttgart. And there's his great mate Colin Jackson amongst the first to offer the handshake. Carl Lewis clearly unhappy about something. I'm not entirely sure what. He may have felt that another false start ought to have been recorded there, but whatever, he's experienced enough to know that when the gun goes and there's no recall, you've got to run first and argue later. Christie did, and Christie's the winner. Well, we can look back at it again. Steve O'Leary.
Let's have another look at this. It's going to be a controversy, isn't it? Let's have a quick look, see if we can see anything wrong with Carl Lewis there. I don't think there was much wrong there. I just think that he got a slow start, and even more so, I mean, Drummond's got a better start, but Christie, I mean, what can you say about the man? He was here to prove a point tonight, and he really did prove it in the best possible way. Look at that gap between him there and Lewis. Now, Lewis has got to worry about that going to the championships, and Linford is going to sleep on it. What more could you want? Here's the start again. Now watch Linford all in the white there, and Lewis closest to us. I don't think there was much wrong with that start at all. I think they all came off well, and if there's any criticism, I don't think it's justified really. Now this is it. Now, this is a great shot. Now did those blocks slip? I don't think they did. I think that it was a good start, but look at the way that Lewis is struggling there. And look at the determination on Linford's face. If one came here for the money, I think it was Lewis. And if one man wanted to win, it was definitely Christie. Look at him looking across there, and he can't see him, and he knows in the end he's got him.
A magnificent run there too by John Drummond to take second place ahead of Carl Lewis, and remarkably, he's not even in the American team in this event for the World Championships. And even if Lewis does complain that his block slipped there, well, I think that's just all part and parcel of the game if they were slipping. And he realised that before the gun. He had the option of signalling that to the starter. He didn't. He went down. He was comfortable. The race began quite fairly and squarely, and I think there can be no arguments whatsoever that Linford deserved to win that.
Right, now let's just clear this up about the blocks. Now we've got a superb shot here with our cameras. Now watch Lewis's blocks on the right. Do you think they slip? If that's the complaint, I don't think it's justified. And look at Linford's. His doesn't slip either. I think that was a good start. I don't think there's any complaint there at all, apart from the fact that he may have run badly.
Terrific moment then for Linford Christie, who became the oldest Olympic 100 metres champion ever last summer at the age of 32, and might well be in shape, you have to believe now, if you didn't already believe it, to win the gold medal in Stuttgart. Huge crowd here. They've had to erect extra stands at Gateshead to accommodate the people who wanted to see this race in particular and this meeting in general, and Christie's delivered the goods. He's always believed that his rightful place in the sport is number 1, and he will believe now that he's gone some way towards proving just that, and I think that's his father out there with him. Came over from Jamaica many years ago, and Linford spent the early part of his life in his home country, but regards himself very much as a British athlete now. Certainly one of the most popular in the sport. And that'll do his popularity no harm at all. His girlfriend also in the midst of that adoring crowd, Mandy. And every microphone in the stadium and every camera lens in the stadium will be pushed towards Linford Christie now. And I tell you, there's one young man there who very nearly upstaged him. John Drummond very nearly upstaged them all as well, number 3 there, with a staggering performance. Led them all for 60 metres at that race. Well, Linford's on his way to join Jim Rosenthal. Let's take a look at the triple jump until he fights his way through the crowd.
Yes, we've still got other action happening here.